The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades. All over the world, we're seeing the
How do we
devastating
best
impact
cope with these feelings?
Behind the
and deal
masks
with-
and visors,
The
in
pandemic
hospitals,
drove
struggling
some
to cope.
people
As
away.
those with mental
Quiet
health and
corridors
addiction issues become
There are the hidden
increasingly
mental health
disconnected.
costs of the pandemic.
You must stay at home.
Okay, initially I liked the break, because it felt like a bit of a holiday,
Yeah.
literally just a holiday, a time you could just rest and do nothing. Like, I like that. And
Yeah.
I like the idea of having so much time on my hands, waking up, having nothing to do, you can just do anything in that time. It was just understanding that you're not in a rush. You have time on your hands now, use it to understand yourself. Wake up one morning, to focus on one area of your life.
It was like a breath of fresh air because during school, sometimes like when I had like my mentor, I had drama therapy and I had a learning mentor, and in both of those like sessions, they tried to make me not plan but think about how I could achieve certain things or how I could like get my future basically. But I felt like I couldn't really think about that when I had to focus on schoolwork, or like after the session I'd go back to class. I focused on that in the session, but outside of the session I couldn't work on it. So it was like, it made me a bit happier because like it was more real, like it wasn't just an idea.
I've gotten closer to my mum and dad in a way. This lockdown now, and most recently, I've gotten more close. Like, I've learned to cherish family more, and like I've seen the importance more of family. Like my sister, like it's just recent. So I never used to speak to my sister a lot of like hours in the past, but now I do. So it's made me realize that I do have people around me that is my family, and I should use that.
I feel like mentally I kind of just was drained. Like I felt like life was just at a standstill. Like sometimes I wouldn't go out. There was a point where I didn't go out for maybe a month or two. And when you're stuck at home for a month, you're not exercising, you're not walking about, you're obviously putting on weight. I just felt like I wasn't really doing anything with my life.
Because my parents were recently separated, it was everything was put on my mom, and then you could tell like every time I looked at her I felt like bad or guilty because she was dealing with so much pressure of taking care of so many people in our house, and I wanted to help out her, and then but like whenever I helped her out I was missing out time on like studying. And then I didn't realize what an impact that had in the beginning because I was like, oh, I'm just doing something good, I'll catch up later. And then it got to like May, June-ish, and I had like so much work to finish, and I felt like so hit by it. It was so much, and then I felt so worthless and stupid. And I know that sounds kind of like dramatic, but that's what I felt like. And then and that demotivated me further because I thought I was just definitely going to fail, so it was just a waste of like time. And then there was always the looming feeling that one of us was going to get COVID and all of us were going to die because we all stay in the same house, like so many of us. It was really scary.
I could say I lost motivation because it's the school environment that kind of makes me do my work. And when I'm at home, I'm normally used to it being a place where it's like an escape from the school and I can calm down and I can relax. And then putting those two together was just messy.
I think the teachers' expectations of how much work we could do, and especially the pressure of there may be still our GCSEs taking place, it meant that, especially if one lesson wasn't finished in that time, I had to carry it on and push it over. But I think the structure of the school changed. It was more stressful than I think going into classes. I think the fact that if I needed help, I would have to go. I probably have to wait like an hour or even days for a response if I were to ask my teachers. Yeah, not seeing friends was probably the main thing that was hard, because I'm really used to seeing my friends almost every single day of my life. Being away from friends, I feel like it kind of brought me closer to my friends, because when we weren't seeing each other, we were calling each other all the time, and it brought us closer. I was really worried about it, because obviously I didn't want any of my friends and family to get ill, but also I just wanted to go back to being normal. And I always, like, sometimes at a certain point I stopped watching the news because it's just really negative, and I didn't really want to keep hearing about how many thousands of people have died every day. So then I stopped watching the news, and then maybe once in like a week I would just put it on to see that maybe if lockdown's over or school's coming back, and then when it was either it got extended or cases are going up and there's a chance that we might not even get out of lockdown to the end of the year, it would kind of put my mood down again. I would just feel like I'm back to square one and nothing's really improving.
I'm just worried that COVID is gonna like make it harder for me to go to uni next year. But because of COVID, I don't feel like I can work at my normal potential. Like I feel like I'm working below what I would have if COVID didn't happen. And I was like, oh well, you should have still worked. But like I tried to, but I just couldn't. It was like I have so many things working against me. And what does that mean for my future? Like what does it mean? Does that mean I can get into uni? Does that mean I can't? If I don't get into uni, what's next? Do you know what I mean? What's next?